Hi, hello. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Julia, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about art, books, and museums. But today I'm also going to talk about libraries because we're all approaching Asian Readathon, which is kindly organized by Read with Cindy channel. So if you don't know what that is, please click on the link down below, and she provides all the information about her own Readathon and the prompts that she created for this year Readathon. My goal today is I'll be going to the local university library, which is like main university library, and I will be trying to find some books for my Asian Readathon. I do have a couple of books written by Asian authors. I would love to read them too, but a lot of them are falling into the same prompt because obviously I'm in my comfort zone, and I love reading, for example, about Korean people specifically. So I'm not diverse, let's say, in my current selection of books that I have. And my first idea is obviously to go buy some books or order them online. But then I thought maybe I can just, spare some money, but also check out the library and show you the library that I'm going to visit. So this library is, I think it's like main university library, but obviously everybody with a library card can use it. So I'm going to travel there and I'll take you with me. I'll show you a little bit inside, and I'll try to find some books that are falling to another prompt because I want to complete the whole Asian Readathon, all the 5 prompts. I think there are 5 of them. Yeah, so let's go to the library and see what they got.
Just got this in my mailbox. This is the book that we're reading for our book club. Yay! Isn't it a gorgeous view in the library? First of all, let's take a moment to appreciate my cup. I really like it. It's a gift from my mom. So yeah, to the books. Let's discuss what I'm going to read this May. Let's dive deep into this little toad and let's see what I picked for my Asian Readathon. I'll quickly announce the prompts and I will introduce my books. So the first prompt is read a book written by an Asian author. So, and since it can be any Asian author, I selected this one. It's Shehan Karunatilaka, and it's a Booker Prize winner in 2022. And his work, The 7 Moons of Maali, Almeida. First of all, I'm really glad that I found it in our library. Secondly, I thought that this book actually perfectly fits the prompt about the character who's like going on the adventure. However, I thought that since it's a Booker Prize winner, maybe we'll just do him justice and make it like a book by Asian author. The book by Asian author. Anyway, so this is my first book for the Asian Readathon. I'm really happy about it. Unfortunately, it's without a desk cover, which is very beautiful, actually, very colorful. The next prompt for Asian Readathon is read a book featuring a friendship between at least 2 Asian characters. To be honest, I actually went searching for the book in the book list for the Asian Readathon created by the participants, and I found their book that is called Please Look After Mom. And this book, I showed you that already. I received by post. I ordered online. And this book I ordered because we selected for our book club in May. First of all, it's actually a big moment for me because I finally have my book club. I wanted it for many months. And finally I created it in April. So we had a first meeting in April. It was very cozy and small, just the three of us, but still. So we were talking about tomorrow, and which is actually also a book that is written by, I think we can consider her as Asian author. Anyways, so we decided that we're going to read for the month of May, Asian author, and one of the participants suggested this book, Please Look After Mom by Kyung-sook Shin. So she's a Korean author, and it's a translated work of literature. So yeah, we're going to read it, and since it was in the book list for friendship between two characters, I thought that yes, that falls into that prompt. I'm not sure if it's actually about friendship, because as far as I understand, it is actually about family, and so they lose their mother, and they're kind of like trying to find her. I'm really not sure, but anyways, I think it falls into that category, and I'll be reading it as the prompt for a friendship. The next one is read a book written by an Asian author or featuring an Asian character that shows them going on an adventure. And for that prompt, I found the book in the library that is called Run and Hide by Pankaj Mishra. So when I was in the library and I picked this book because of the name of the author, I decided to check in description what it's about. So as far as I understand, this book is about the character named Aaron, who is enrolled in a very prestigious Indian university, and after university he gets to travel a lot. So I thought that sounds like an adventure, because for me travel equals adventure all the time. So for this third prompt, I have this beautiful book, and the author Pankaj Mishra is Indian. So, and by the way, the winner of the Booker Prize, Shehan Karunatilaka, is a Sri Lankan author. So that fits also our goal to diversify our Asian literature. So the next prompt is read a book written by an Asian author or featuring an Asian character that is focused on identity and self-discovery. So if you notice that on this list I already have 3 fictional works but none non-fictional, so I decided to change that with my next book that I also found in the library, and it is called America for Americans, A History of Xenophobia in the United States by Erika Lee. Erika Lee is Chinese American, and she writes, as far as I understand, really great non-fictional works. I've never encountered her works, and I decided that it's a great time to begin. So I know that this book is primarily about, I guess, xenophobia and systematic racism, but at the same time I think it affects a lot on self-perception and self-identity of those people who experience racism and xenophobia. So I decided that maybe it's hardly fit to this prompt, but I'll make it do it. I am personally interested in this subject, and I would love to see how the research is done by this person. Anyways, and the last prompt is read a book featuring an Asian character who is either a hot mess, famous, or eccentric. And for that one, I got a book actually from my mom. So when we were meeting in Armenia, she brought me a book. I specifically asked which book to buy, and she kindly brought me this beauty. It's still packed in this plastic wrap, but whatever. So this book is actually in Russian, and it is written by a Russian person. I think he is Russian, Vitaliy Kalgin, but it is a biographical work about Viktor Tsoi. And Viktor Tsoi is a very famous musician in Russia, especially late Soviet Union. He is very influential and contributed into the underground music of late Soviet Union and I would say also early Russia in the 90s. So I was interested in his persona for a long time, and I realized that I never read a book about him. And what's interesting about him is, for me personally, is that he is half Korean, just like me. And the stories of Russian Koreans, I think, very rarely told. And just because he's very famous and influential, obviously there are a lot of books about him. So I decided that I might begin with him. Unfortunately, he's passed. He's passed, I think, in 80s already. He died very young, but still, his legacy is very, let's say, widespread. His music and the music of his band, it's called Kino, is, I think it's actually reaching nowadays foreign countries. I think people abroad know him more nowadays, but I'm not sure. Just don't take my words for that. That's just my impression. But anyways, I think it would be interesting for me to learn about him. But again, the problem is that this book is quite heavy and big, and I'm not sure I'll be able to finish all of them because, again, for example, the 7 Moons of Maali Almeida is like 400 pages. America for Americans is also, like, as a typical nonfiction book, is about 400 pages. So I don't know, I'm not sure I'll be able to make it, but if I do, I'll be really proud. And even if I don't make it this month, I will read it for sure someday this year. But if I realize that I can't finish the Asian Readathon with this book, maybe I'll just quickly switch to another short, I don't know, memoir or biography by a famous Asian person. And if you know any good books that are falling into this description, maybe you can actually recommend them in the comment section down below. I will really appreciate that. So yeah, I know also that I'm kind of like breaking the rule about the goals of this Asian Readathon because I already have a Korean author on my TBR, and this is the person who is half Korean. But I do distinguish between, for example, Russian Koreans and, I don't know, Chinese Koreans or American Koreans and Koreans in Korea. That was a lot of Koreans for 30 seconds of the video. I do think that their stories and their experience are slightly different, and I would love to learn more about them because, again, it's not that often that I encounter those stories except my own. So yeah, anyways, I have this on my TBR as well, and these beautiful books that I'm reading this month. Anyways, I hope you're doing great. I hope you also prepared some of the great books for the Asian Readathon, and I hope we're going to enjoy it very much. So yeah, thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!